Hi everyone. So today's reading is going to be on Parkwood Entertainment, which is basically Beyonce's music and production company. It's not just any Parkwood Entertainment video, it's going to be the dark side of Parkwood Entertainment. People don't know, but Parkwood Entertainment was a production company before it had became a music production company. Right? It was started around the time that Beyonce did her role for Obsessed with Idris Elba. And because the film received so many negative reviews for Beyonce's acting, it became more broad in its production. So it started doing music instead of just, instead of just acting. Enid, which I don't know if she still is, but she was Solange's friend. She signed Solange's friend at one point. She signed someone else, and then the last people that she signed were Chloe and Halle. This video is going to be a lot of emphasis on, Beyonce's intentions when it comes to Parkwood and why she doesn't, advertise her artist and, things like that. So my first question, why did Beyonce start Parkwood Entertainment? I just want to say sorry in advance, y'all, because I'm a little sleepy. Why did Beyonce, what's the energy around Beyonce starting Parkwood Entertainment? Why did Beyonce start Parkwood? I know you're the one thing that scares me. I know I've let you down. I want to message you, but I'm scared you might reject me. I don't know how to talk to you. I feel like Beyonce wanted to be in her more business bag. She was trying to become her own boss, or make an income where she was getting residuals, or kind of like equivalent to a to Jay-Z, where he had signed his artists. I forgot what it's called, but basically people who do sign people. She wanted to be a part of that world, right? And she wanted to be in her business bag, like she wanted to be a businesswoman. And it was basically just an experiment. She was trying something out. She's trying something out, and she was afraid how it was going to go. I also don't think that she how should I put this? I think that someone had told her, what to do when it comes to this Parkwood Entertainment thing. But also, I think what scared her was, I don't know how it's going to go, but I don't want to start it and not finish it, That's one thing that she was scared of. It's like, kind of like worrying about her business venture journey being a little messy. She didn't want any messiness when it comes to her business ventures. If she was going to start it, she wanted to be able to see it through 100%. Well, I also feel like she wanted to take acting more seriously. Yeah, I think she wanted to take acting more seriously. I think she liked acting, y'all. And y'all kind of crushed her dreams a little bit when you said that she can't act. I'll be honest, I don't think she can either. I used to not think that she could sing, but then I started, she can sing. She just has a more different type of voice that is not for everybody. Yeah, but I don't. Why doesn't she promote her artist that she signs or manages? I don't know. Why doesn't Beyonce promote her artist that she manages or signs? The Nine of Wands, Three of Swords. A part of her feels like how do I put this? First off, she doesn't like the whole process of having to promote things. In her mind, y'all, she's worked really hard to get to a point where she doesn't have to do promo. In her mind, she didn't miss promo at all. And so much money goes into promo, especially when it comes to doing it professionally. But you're Beyonce, you don't have to do a whole extravagant sort of production sort of thing. You could just simply do an Instagram post or a tweet and be like, hey, stream so-and-so, so-and-so. But that's the thing. In her mind, she's Beyonce. So your close proximity to her is your promo. Your close proximity to her is your promo. She feels like y'all have to work hard and you have to put in the work. That's what she feels like. You have to put in the work. Also, ooh, oh shit, a card fell. It's fine. You see this? You see how this moon is big and then these little stars right here? It's like, it's Beyonce and this is whoever she signs. It's like, y'all are under her wing. Your close proximity to her makes you shine. That's how she feels. And also with the Six of Wands here, that talks about, success and publicity. Yeah, she doesn't like the whole promotion thing. It's honestly, she dreads promotion. Even back then, she dreaded promotion. But she said, you know what? If I want something to shake, then I have to do it. She feels like you have to sacrifice. Also, it's like, just because you're under me, you're not gonna, she feels like you're not gonna mooch off me. You're not going to, you have to put in the work, is basically what she's saying. You have to put in the work. And also, is she out of touch or something? Like, is she not aware that people say that she signs people to keep them trapped, to keep them from not getting as big as her? That could also, be the case. But if she does do that though, y'all, it's not conscious. She's not consciously doing it. But I mean, you can't be that slow, girl, to where you're not aware that you are causing people to, kind of not pop up as much as they could. You can't be that out of touch, Beyonce. Did Beyonce sign Chloe and Halle to keep them from progressing or surpassing her? It's the Three of Wands. Okay. Her decision to sign Chloe and Halle, that wasn't her decision. I think it was Jay-Z's decision. I think Jay-Z told her to. And she said, sure. I was going to say, when Beyonce started Parkwood Entertainment, I do think that Jay-Z told her to as well. I think he influenced her choice to do it. Like I said, Beyonce wanted her own thing. She wanted to be in her business bag. And Jay-Z said, oh, how about you start a, something that you can earn distributions, And she said, cool. And I think that Beyonce already knew these girls from when they were little, right? They did the Fighting Temptations movie. So Beyonce knew of these girls. And when she saw their video of her cover, I think Jay-Z showed her and he told her, take them under your wing. She thinks that they're talented and she thinks that they could get pretty far. However, I think their contract is set up in a way where it keeps them from progressing to an extent. The thing is, whatever contract that Chloe and Halle signed, it's not personal. It wasn't personal for them. It wasn't personal. I also got the energy that there's talented people there's people that are, who I think Beyonce or Jay-Z feels like there's people who are out there who are just as talented as them. Maybe even more. That's how whoever feels. And they would have got the same contract. It wouldn't have been personal. It's not a personal thing. However, their contract was shady. I do see that. I do see a shady contract. I do. With the Five of Swords here. I do see a shady contract. And also do see them getting pressured into signing. And in that way, whatever shadiness is going on in their contract, it keeps them from progressing. But here's the thing. I think it's subjective. Because I think they're still young. And they don't know how to navigate this contract. Which is stopping their growth. That's the thing. They need a lawyer. So it's not that Beyonce is like, oh, I'm gonna sign you to stop your growth. It's not that. It's whatever's in that contract is what's keeping them stuck. But it would have kept anybody stuck. Whoever signed, it would have kept anybody stuck. It's not personal. People on TikTok claim that DDG and Halle's relationship was arranged by Beyonce and them, and also the baby as well. Is that true? Was DDG and Halle Bailey's relationship arranged? Why are all of these in the reverse? Y'all, oh my god. We have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Fool card in the reverse, the Ace of Wands in the reverse, and the Sun in the reverse. Hold on. Let me reshuffle. I'm sorry. Let me be. She wasn't happy in that relationship, y'all. She wasn't happy. I'll tell you that much. Was DDG and Halle Bailey's relationship arranged? Two of Pentacles, a Queen of Swords. I want to say yes, but I mean, they ended up liking each other in the end. I want to say yes. I think that it wasn't supposed to progress like dating or, you know, even having a kid. It wasn't supposed to progress that far. But I do think that them being put in the same room was an arrangement, absolutely. And then they ended up falling in love, and they ended up having a kid. But she wasn't. Y'all, Halle wasn't happy. She wasn't happy. This man, I think that the love that she had for him kind of made her stay and endure so much, like the cheating and the lying. And I think at one point, you know, I think there was like talks of abuse. But yeah, like them even like being introduced to each other was a right. Yeah, absolutely. But before that, y'all, she wasn't happy. She wasn't. And I'm so sorry. And I think that when it comes to Halle, that relationship is going to permanently put an imprint on, you know, that relationship rewired her brain. And I think it's going to take a while for her to heal from what she went through. I don't even think she talked about all of it. Yeah, that relationship really, it was evil. It was tough. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why doesn't Beyonce actually manage her artists? Now, all the people that she signed under Parkwood have said the same thing. You know, she basically writes them notes. That's it. Like, they barely see her. All she does is send flowers and write them notes, is what they say. So why is that? Why doesn't Beyonce, you know, actually manage her artists? Why does she only write them? Okay, so I'm saying a few things here. I'm saying that she likes to keep her personal life and her work life separate. She doesn't like to get too interpersonal with these people. She thinks that in a way, she thinks that they're below her. In a way. She basically, y'all, she thinks she's too good to get interpersonal with her, you know, her people that she signs. She likes to keep her personal life and her work life private as well. So, you know, people don't, I mean, I said this before, but people don't respect her boundaries. And, you know, there's a fear here of being in an uncomfortable position where people are going to try and, you know, get personal business, or, you know, there's a fear of getting too personal because she don't trust everybody. But she also needs a balance between her work life and her personal life. And Beyonce doesn't want to be mean, you know, she doesn't want to be strict. So she'd rather not just bother with, you know, take the chance. She'd rather not take chances with people trying to get into her business. And just, you know, love from afar. All the time. Is she preparing Blue Ivy to take her spot? Is Beyonce preparing Blue Ivy to take her spot? The Hermit. The Judgment. I want to say, I mean, Beyonce's aware of Blue Ivy's different interests. I don't think Blue Ivy necessarily has an interest in what she does. I do think that Blue Ivy is a creative, and Beyonce sees that. But she's also preparing her to, she's also teaching through Beyonce, you know, taking her to shows and having her perform. She's teaching her discipline and hard work. She's teaching her discipline and hard work. She's teaching her to get her bag, be efficient, be productive. And she understands that, you know, that Blue Ivy is going to eventually, you know, venture off on her own and do her own thing. But through this show business, she's teaching her valuable lessons when it comes to having to sacrifice and hard work and, you know, taking pride in her craft and what she does, whatever that may be, right? And also teaching her to be stern as a woman. Beyonce's like, people are going to take advantage of you. People are going to try to take advantage of you. And it doesn't pay to be nice all the time. You have to be stern. You have to be direct. You have to, you know, stop people in their tracks, because you're a woman. People are going to try. People are going to try you. You are a black woman. People are going to try you. Beyonce instills that in her. Would Chloe have been the next Beyonce if she didn't sign with Parkwood? Would Chloe have been the next Beyonce if she did not sign with Parkwood? All that time, sitting on my tower, you are just holding your powers. No, I could see it all late one night. But to be honest with you, I think the cards are saying no. The cards are saying no. I think that when it comes to Chloe's career, it's flourishing. If she didn't sign with Parkwood, it would have flourished, and then something would have caused her to stop, and it may have been an injury, or a car accident. It's a good thing that she signed with Parkwood, because there's a certain level of protection over her. And I don't know who did it, right? But I think that if she was competing with Beyonce, I think she would have been taken out or sat down, like the rest of Carrie Hilson. What is it? People claim Aaliyah. I don't know. Who else? Anne-Marie or something like that. Anne-Marie, yeah. I saw her perform at the BET Fan Fest, and people aren't lying about her vocals. They were bad. They were bad, but I thoroughly enjoyed her performance. She was my favorite performance of the night. And you know what's crazy? Before she started performing, the DJ was warming the crowd up, you know, with songs, with mixes. And then right before she came on, he was like, "Is there any Beyonce fans out here tonight?" And then he played Energy, and the whole crowd went silent. And my loud ass was like, "Energy!" And I didn't even know. Like, it wasn't clocking to me. I was having a good time. I was like, "Why everybody silent?" And it hit. He was like, "Oh, he was bullying her right before she came on stage." I was like, "Oh my god!" But you know what? She killed that shit. She killed it.
Funny how it's hard to find the words. Wishing we could be.
She performed "It's This One Thing That Got Me Slipping, It's This One Thing That Got Demented." That she performed that song, and I was like, she was one of my favorite performances of the night. The vocals weren't there, but the dancing, the dance breaks, the energy, the outfits. You know, it's T when the two fingers touching. Yup, it was giving. It was giving. I liked her performance. I like Mario's performance.
But I can't understand why you won't stay. I want you right here, come on. Baby, won't you shake it for me? Ooh, don't be hard to get. You ain't got a thing to lose. I know you feel me staring from across the room. I just want.
And I like Spice's performance. I did go see Spice. Yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah. If I was your man, where is you? Anissa was there, and the buzz down was was hell. It was giving. It was giving. She just showed up to show her bust down. Tea. The hair was tea. It was tea. It was tea. And I saw Glorilla. I like Glorilla's performance too. Yup. Something would have happened to Chloe. Which caused her to sit down. Maybe an injury. Hey. So no. I think she would have started off really good. Flourishing career, and something happens that sits her down. How does Beyonce feel about her acting skills? She feels like, yeah, okay. To be honest with you, she doesn't think that she's the best actor. She feels like there's always room for improvement, always. But she gives herself grace. She doesn't beat herself up over her past performances at all, actually. That's how she feels. Was Chloe and Halle Bailey split because of Beyonce? Did Chloe and Halle split because of Beyonce? Yeah, no. I did see an interview where Chloe was transparent about why her and her sister split. And it was because, you know, they had conflicting work schedules. That's why. There wasn't no lying there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think that Beyonce split them up. No. Is Beyonce... People on TikTok claim Beyonce is harvesting their energy through Parkwood Entertainment. Is Beyonce harvesting their energy? The King of Wands. The World. No. I think that they have an equal give and take relationship when it comes to, you know, when it comes to energy wise. I think that, and if there is some sort of energy harvesting going on or some sort of magical shit going on when it comes to, they consented to it. Whatever, everything was in the contract. Everything that Beyonce does, whatever she's doing, it's legal. It's legal. It's in the contract. They need a lawyer. They need a lawyer. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, okay? And yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna post it, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and have a good rest of your day, okay? Bye.